it's great to see how Joyn is innovating and taking curation to the next level. And the key part that I think that I love about it is that, one part that I try to do, at least within my curations, is find the narrative, find the story. And then, often you just have a list of pieces that you put in there, and there's very little room to tell story. And so I think that, that aspect of it has been pretty cool to see. It takes a lot of the things that are out there and combines into one, and you can list it on the same platform, which I think is nice to provide that continuity from accepting sort of pieces through an open call, to talking about them, to eventually listing them.
It's really cool that others can participate, and by the stuff that we do with stories, with composer, with the galleries, is basically to encourage others to be motivated as much as possible to actually go and do something either with us or on their own, but just bring more art into this world. And we're here for it.
Every time I talk about, especially for photography, Joyn is just, it's it, man. Having the ability to storytell, to give context, I think is super important, and something that that's why I keep coming back, and why, given this idea and as it started to formulate, I came to you, Ev, because I was like, man, I'd love to build this with you guys. And it's just, I couldn't be more proud and happy with how it's turned out. And I wouldn't have done it any other way than with Joyn.
Can you believe it's already almost the end of the year, our 7th live stream, and I can't believe that time has flown by so fast. There's a brand new intro heading into the new year. We got some really, really exciting guests for this show. We got a Metaverse gallery powered by On Cyber that we're going to go through today. We have Zhannet, Maheen, Pixelosopher hanging out with us backstage. There's just so much happening on this stream, but sadly, there's one person missing. Our co-host, our partner in crime, Black AI, sick. Hopefully he gets better. Show him some love. Send those comments in. If you're watching us live on X and YouTube, send those comments in. Tell him how much you miss him. We missed Andrea last week. We have her back. We lost Black, but hopefully we'll all be back together in January. So again, also, if you're watching us live and you're feeling sick, it's very cold out. Stay warm, stay hydrated. If you feel bad, just rest up. We hope that everybody watching us continue to have good health moving forward. And if you're not healthy, get better. Watch us, warm up. And Andrea, for the people.
For the people. I always preach. take the time to rest as the holidays approach. This is a typical time of year where a lot of us can be feeling really, really worn down. And so, I hope all of you are cozying up with the blanket right now, taking time out of your lunch breaks to be here with us. It's really, really awesome. And I can't believe we've done 7. This is our 7th live stream. 7's like one of my lucky numbers. So I like to think this is a really special one. But ultimately, y'all, we have such a great lineup of guests. I cannot wait to dive in further. Some of them I know on a personal level as well. So yeah, I mean, we have lots to go through. So let's get things going, Miguel.
Yeah, we'll get things going in a second, but I did want to take a chance to reflect. You'll hear that word a lot actually today. Reflection and reflecting back on the year. I want to take a moment to say that I remember when I first pitched this idea to Black and Andrea, and I told them both, like, hey, we're gonna go live, we're gonna do a live stream. Do you guys want to do it together? And they were both scared. They were so nervous. They're like, I've never done it. I've never been on camera, like people watching me without me actually seeing them. I'm like, guys, just have fun with it. Just come into it and just like be yourself. You don't have to worry about it. And then it just grew on them. And then, they're the progression of our conversations together, the progression of us talking to all our wonderful guests, which is the other part of kind of some of the moments that I reflect on over the past couple of months doing the live streams. A fantastic roster of guests. Chikai, Nevin Arts. We had Aaron Vick. We have our guests today. Just like again, appreciate all of our partners who hop on to the live stream. And some of those partners that were requested by the people watching us live on X and YouTube. I see all of you. I see this GM from Vincent. I see this hello from Anna Isabel. I see Lena from the Joyn team. I see Tanya, Sinbad the Sailors watching us. Studio Pyman's watching us. I see all of you today exclusively watching us on and in the Metaverse gallery and on Cyber. There's people hanging out in the Metaverse watching the live stream too. So we're excited to kind of dig deeper into that. But before we get there, I do want to ask Andrea, what was your kind of favorite moment of the last couple of months as we work together doing the live streams or just in general of the year?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things that happened over the last, I would say, last 6 months or so is, I've been part of Joyn from the beginning, for a lot of you know, and being involved in community leadership and engagement, and I shifted towards more of the partnership side, and so it's been such a joy to work really closely with Alex and with Lena, getting a better understanding of how the business development to working and fostering our great relationships with our current partner network, and also extending that to more artists and more partners. And a lot of that, it's been really cool to kind of see, being able to work alongside such a powerhouse, of amazing, talented women, and building these partnerships and bringing them onto our live streams and having that personal one-on-one connection. So it's kind of like that full cycle of the beginning of that relationship and how it flourished, and then how we kind of all came together here. And now we're here today, so it's been a lot of growth from my end as an artist, but also on a more of a business level. So it's been such a pleasure in a lot of ways. There's too many great moments, to be honest, to be able to pinpoint like one, but this one was probably one of the bigger ones for sure.
And I could have asked for a better co-host to help me do all these live streams. Andrea, Crown and Palette, for those of you who don't know, on Twitter. Black AI, also on Twitter. Two of probably one of the better community builders in the space. I could have asked for better partners to do the live streams with and have all these beautiful conversations with our partners. And while we're at it, there's another person who is a part of our community building team who's going to join us in a second here as we go through the On Cyber Joyn Metaverse Gallery unveiling. We shared the link on our Twitter, on our X, half hour ago, I think, at this point. So that link is out there. Just check out our X. The link to the Metaverse Gallery is there. And for those of you to join us and just have a good time, we hosted an open call about 2 weeks ago. We picked 36 beautiful pieces to populate into our Metaverse gallery. But before we keep talking about that, I'm going to bring our first guest, Gianmarco, who's part of the community team here at Joyn. See you in a bit. Joe
Hello.
Marco.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, guys. Thank you for having me here. So happy to be here with you guys.
100%. I know whenever, poor Joe Marco, whenever we get a chance to talk about the stream, you're always very anxious to help and chat. Joe Marco's typically the one who's hanging out in both the chats on X, on YouTube, and now also the chat going on in the Metaverse Gallery right now. I see him sending messages to the people who are hanging out, watching us live in the Metaverse Gallery. Joe Marco, let's chat a little bit before we head into the gallery. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, it's been a while since we've seen you. A quick intro, and then I'll pull up the Metaverse Gallery and we'll head in and we'll do a walkthrough and showcase all the beautiful art from the winners of the open call we hosted 2 weeks ago.
Let's go. Okay. Trying to be as quick as possible. I'm Gianmarco. I'm from Italy. I'm a 3D artist working with 3D literally as like artworks, but I'm also like very into Metaverse galleries. So that's basically where I'm splitting myself in the Web3 space, like half Metaverse galleries, half artworks, and of course, like Joyn is taking the full advantage of both of them. So yeah, that's something very quick on me. And let's go to the Metaverse gallery now. If you guys are watching this stream, please, like you should click on the link that Miguel shared before with the Joyn's account and join us in the gallery. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys there.
Walking around as we speak.
We're in the gallery right now. We're gonna be following Joe Marco as he kind of talks more about you know, his inspiration for the design of the gallery, just overall, just showing us around. And once we get towards the middle, we'll showcase all the beautiful art that we picked from the open call. But talk to us, Joe Marco. What was the inspiration? Yeah. How long did it take you? What were you thinking here?
Yeah, time-wise, it took around 1 year, 1+ actually, because I've been experimenting a lot. I didn't really have a deadline, so I just took my time to make it the best way possible, hopefully. And when it comes to the inspiration of this gallery, the main idea here was to have a gallery that could kind of cover all of the different areas of Web3. So we have like 2D artworks, these pavilions, where you can display any media such as JPEGs or MP4. We also had an area which was supposed to be for 3D modeling. We also have an area which is supposed to be a disco, where you can live stream some music with DJs and Web3 native DJs, hopefully. And we also have a theater. So this gallery is like, this is literally inspiration. And this is also where the kind of shape comes from, to have this dome, the glass dome, represent a sense of union among all of these different kind of the ways that you can use the NFT technology. So we didn't open the full gallery for this particular event. We keep it closed, even though I saw that some friends of mine, they actually found a way to go to some of the hidden sections. Guys, shame on you. No, I'm kidding. I'm happy to see people kind of experimenting. And moving forward, as I was saying, we opened just the first floor, where we have the Pavilion A and Pavilion B, and the theater, where you can follow the live stream live from now, even from the On-Cyber gallery. So we have these two pavilions. Once we come here, we have the two pavilions. One of look at those people dancing in the theater. Yeah. So fun. These two pavilions are where we place the 36 winners of this open call. Huge congratulations to you guys! Amazing artworks. And just to give you a sense of like where we are and what to expect from the gallery, if you go down the staircase, if you go downstairs from here, you're gonna see who we are section. So all of the people from the team. If you go like to this main display there where Miguel was before, you can, if you click on Ask on your keyboard, you can literally browse the web page, and you can see all of the winners and the other submissions of the open call itself. So that's like an iframe. And here we have like people from the team, from the Joyn team. Yeah.
Look at those beautiful people. Shout out to everybody who's here on this wall. Black Air, we mentioned earlier. our partnerships lead, Alex. You got Andrea right here. We got Gianmarco, founders, John, Michael, Sophia, just myself. As Bill, has been on the stream too, including product and the beautiful engineers, Raul, Kieran, and Andy. Cool. Worked really hard. Shout out to the dev team to make everything on Join possible, of course. But yeah, let's say really quickly hello to the people in the theater who at some point were watching us live on YouTube, live playing right here in front of us. Hello.
Yeah,
hello.
if you don't see the live stream on the theater, you might want to refresh, but I wouldn't suggest to do it now because you you might experience some echo. So,
I'm not gonna refresh. I'm good. But shout out to the
Okay.
folks who are hanging out here on a Friday afternoon. Really tough. I know. I know it's tough to come and hang out on these days, especially if you're working. For those of you who are working, thank you for taking the time again to watching us live here on stream. But yeah, that sounds fantastic. So let's walk through and showcase some of the art. Here are the winners. Of course, the winners were told that we were going to showcase some on stream. Look at this beautiful art. I have a graphic in a second, show all the names of all the artists. You can visit join.xyz and the showcase that has all the winners too. So a requirement for this open call was to list your piece on Join. So if you see it and you like it, collect it on Join. That showcase will have all the pieces, and all these pieces in the gallery are collectible. So show some love to the artists. Some fantastic work that we're going to be showcasing in our Metaverse gallery for a couple of months. I think me and Joe Marco still have to decide when we're going to rotate them out. But it'll be a while. These beautiful pieces of work will be here for a while. So and available to collect too. So fantastic work here on the side.
That line, I just want to add something that if you guys press E, the keyboard E on any of the artworks or any of the people from the Joyn team, it will be opening a new tab where you can actually check the whole showcase or the Twitter handle of each one of the people in the Joyn team. So whenever you're curious about anything you see in the gallery, just go close to it, press E, and you're going to open a new tab with all of the infos you're going to need about that specific piece.
Awesome. But all the information there for people who won the open call. Of course, there's beautiful artworks in the Metaverse gallery. And again, we shared the link to the Metaverse gallery on X. So if you got a chance to check it out when you can on your own time, if you're watching us in the future, not live, those links will be available to you on X. That's some really cool stuff, man. I think me and Gianmarco and some of the community, some of the members of the Joyn team helped curate the pieces in the gallery. Again, fantastic. Always difficult to pick from so many different pieces of beautiful work.
This is a huge milestone, right? Like our first Metaverse gallery for Joyn. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big milestone.
And it took Gianmarco a whole year to create it, and excited. I'm sure he's super happy to see people just coming in and hanging out. I see some new folks trickling in to see the Metaverse gallery. Again, I'll showcase the artist list in a second, but you can collect the pieces that you see in the gallery. There's a showcase dedicated. They listed their pieces on Joyn, so all of those pieces, all the pieces that you just saw on stream, are available to collect. So some really cool stuff here. Gianmarco, anything else for the people before we leave the gallery and I showcase the artist list?
Nothing in particular. Just happy to see all of you guys here. Yeah, I'm just excited that finally this gallery is actually seeing some new users, some new people in here. And I love to see you guys in the theater just watching the live stream. So I'm going to be there the whole time of the live stream. In the chat, ask me any questions if you want, or the Joyn team in the On Cyber chat. I'll be there answering to all of them, hopefully. So yeah, very excited.
You did amazing, Jay. I know you've worked so hard on this. I know you've had blood, sweat, and tears put into this. So it's really awesome to see it to finally be revealed. Congrats, Dion. I know it's a big project.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then the
Thank you guys for
winners,
having me. Yeah.
the winner list. So shout out to all the artists who submitted work for the Metaverse Gallery. There's the list. We'll share the showcase link after the stream. If you're watching us after the fact, that link will also still be on our X profile. Again, beautiful stuff here. Congratulations to the winners of the open call. You're featured. You're immortalized in our Metaverse Gallery. First ever grand opening unveiling. All of the pieces by these beautiful artists that you could follow are available. They're listed for sale on Joyn. Collect the piece if you see it and you like it. It's there for you to collect. So some fantastic stuff. Again, congratulations to the winners. Some really notable names here too. I see a couple that I know off bat, and some of them have actually been on stream too. So some cool stuff there. All right, Gianmarco, we appreciate it. We'll hopefully see you again. And again, if you're in the Metaverse Gallery right now and watching us live, hello. We appreciate you for stopping by and hanging out in our gallery. Gianmarco will be there for the rest of the stream, just hanging out, answering questions, walking people through the gallery, showcasing everything, the full capabilities of our on cyber gallery. So really cool stuff. Gianmarco, appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
A whole year. That's intense. I had forgotten how long it was going to take him to kind of finish it. I remember when I first got here not too long ago. He had told me about it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's really interesting. And see,
Yeah, he has some patience, let me tell you. I know he's been very, very transparent and open about how long he takes to create his work and to work on his craft. And it's just amazing, just how much dedication and time he puts into everything he does. And it's very much, you can very much see that with this Metaverse Gallery. Big props to Joyn, honestly.
yeah, big props to Gianmarco. And again, we have the link to the Metaverse Gallery. We posted it earlier on X, so that's available to everyone to go hang out and watch and look at all the beautiful art that we've showcased from the open call. And then I see all of you who are watching us live right now on Xing YouTube and the Metaverse Gallery. If you're leaving comments, appreciate it. I see our good friend Go Gallery says looking good. Yeah, I'm sure some fantastic pieces of work in the gallery. Nazin says hello, hi, this is Artnas. Hi, how's it going, Artnas? Appreciate you coming in. And then, a bunch of other people here conversing with us. We reflected a little bit at the beginning, and now we have another showcase here that we kind of want to share with you all that we posted earlier a couple weeks ago with Zhannet, Rhythms of Empathy, the abstract reflections on human values. Some really dope stuff. I know she has worked really hard for putting together all the pieces. She worked closely with us on this. And Andrew probably know a little bit more than I do on the Rhythms of Empathy showcase.
I mean, yeah, in general, Zhannet has been an OG of Joyn from the very, very, very beginning. So being able to work with her one-on-one was pretty special. So I look forward to her sharing more about the process, sharing about where did the idea come from. So let's get her on.
Yeah, before we get there, just want to make sure that
Excited. I'm just too excited.
I mentioned, yeah. Just want to make sure that everyone at home knows that if you're not watching us live, you could watch us after the fact on YouTube. We'll be sharing something in the next couple of weeks that'll kind of help get everybody just acquainted to what we kind of accomplished over the last couple of months. So if you're hearing me say this right now, just be on the lookout. In the next 2 weeks or so, we have something special for everybody there. Yeah, I just want to make sure also that if you are watching us right now, I see you. Leave your comments. I think our favorite also thing to do from all of you is that if you have a favorite artist or you're thinking of somebody who should come on and watch us or come watch and not just watch us, but talk to us live, sit here with me and Andrea and Black to talk about their work in general, anything that they do on Joyn especially. And this space is available to everybody who's watching us too, of course. So we'll do our best efforts to give the people what they want, see the artists that they want to see, talk to us, and all that good stuff. So we'll switch over and hopefully bring Zhannet on. We'll talk about her showcase, Rhythms of Empathy, and I'll hopefully see her in a bit. So 1 second. Zhannet, how are you?
I believe you're on mute, my girl.
Hello.
Queen is in the house. The queen is here.
Yeah, so happy to be with you. How are you guys?
Doing
We're
absolutely
good.
fantastic.
We're good. Where have fortunately avoided getting sick. And again, shout out to our co-host Black who wasn't able to make it. Hopefully he's feeling a little better today. But in general, we're doing really great. We're excited to kind of talk to you about Rhythms of Empathy, your showcase that you launched on Joyn.
Awesome. I'm just recovered from my sick like a week ago. Yeah, but it was like kind of super fast and easy, so don't mind. I'm super excited and super happy that I did the showcase with Joyn. It was really a great experience, and I'm so grateful to the whole team, especially to Andrea, to Alex, to you, Miguel, for helping me to make this real, and to finally to release it. So
yeah, girl. I know we were talking yesterday in Maheen space, so it's kind of cool that both of you are here today. I know all three of us are friends here in the space, and we were talking about, and like as Miguel has mentioned before, earlier in this stream, is about reflection, right? What's been our reflection for the past year, and I know that you shared your reflection in her space yesterday, and I think that very much ties into what you created here in this showcase. I think it's not a coincidence. So maybe give us a little bit of a share like a tiny little bio about yourself, your style. How'd you, give us a little bit of introduction there, and then I'd be curious to know where the idea of this showcase kind of came into fruition. I'm very curious.
Yeah. Oh, well, so who doesn't know me? My name is Zhannet. I'm a digital and traditional artist from Ukraine, and not so long ago time, I moved from my country, and I'm currently like in a relocate mode. So yeah, mainly last year, and now I'm mostly doing digital art, but I'm also plan to come back to painting soon. So as soon as possible. Yeah, and what about this collection? The main task of this collection for me was to rethink myself and people about fundamental values, and to discover new beautiful facets of yourself, and also despite all the world's chaos and cruelty that's happening right now, to believe in humanity and to believe in our beautiful life. So yeah, this collection is mostly a reminder about kindness, about empathy, about freedom, and about all those values that we have within. And it's a good chance one more time to sit and to rethink what is valuable for yourself. Yeah, for me, yeah.
I'm curious to know as well about the actual process, because I'm seeing a mixture of things here. I see some digital, I see some painting. So maybe walk us through, like that the creative process. I'm sure that a lot of emotions kind of came up too, as each of them kind of revealed themselves. I feel such different emotions with each of them, so I'd be curious to know more about what that process looked like.
Yeah, sure. First of all, I wanted to make them like, even if it's like a bit hard topic for myself also, and it's like serious, I wanted to make collection looks easy and bright and to bring positive and nice feelings and emotions. What about my process is to create these pieces. I used I can say it's like mixed media. For references, I used to make prompts in Midjourney. After that, I make digital paintings in Procreate, and after that, I edit some textures and all this kind of abstract things in After Effects. And in the end, I put again into Procreate and edit the final touches there. Yeah, so it's like a very mixed different programs I used to create this collection. Yeah.
I love how multi-layered the process is, and we always can appreciate, knowing and learning more about diving deep into like the process itself. And I think you kind of clearly showed that here in this showcase. And I know one of them is animated as well, which is but this is more of like showing like dominant sequence. But I love seeing, I just love seeing the movement of it. This one, actually, the very first one, reminds me of just how important diversity is and how important it is to really embrace our uniqueness. I remember we were talking about this yesterday too, of like, imagine a world where everyone was the same, right? Like, I really can't imagine that, right? So I think you really did a good job displaying here just the importance and just how beautiful it is to embrace our uniqueness. So it's very, very well displayed here. I also love the color palette that you picked. So yeah, I think that you did a great job in executing that feeling of positivity, but also diving deep into that profoundness of human emotion, where, that from my point of view is more of like the darker kind of palettes. So you had a really, really nice balance of that. I think my favorite one is the soul of empathy. Empathy is one of my core values as an individual. So that is the main reason why I really resonate with that. But I'm also a blues person. I know Maheen is behind the scenes too. Her name is Maheen Blues for a reason. We all love the blues. I'm curious to know as well. I'll have one more thing here was there a specific piece in here that was the most difficult to really, to not necessarily create, but it just brought an profound amount of emotions, and that, maybe you've had to kind of change it a couple times, like refine it, etc. I'm curious if you have one specifically that speaks of that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Andrea, for the warm words. And I would like to say also, how important diversity is in our world. And definitely we are all different and we are all unique, and it makes life interesting, and it makes it valuable, I think, because if we would be everyone the same, it would be like comment S, comment comment. So it's like, and because of that, it's like every life is important and every life is valuable, no matter who are you and where are you. So it's important to value diversity. For me, from these pieces, I would like to say that the easiest one was to create. It was infinite piece. I mean, I don't know, it's like just was so, I just make it very fast, I think. It was for me very strange because it was very smooth and very easy, and and I made it and I looked at it and I was like, oh, I like it. I want to leave it like that. Yeah. But the hardest one was the last piece, actually, Harmony Unveiled. And it was like it's not like emotionally hard, but it was hard technically. I couldn't make it. I was remake it many times, and I was thinking, oh my God, I will not be ready at time to release the showcase. Yes, it really was difficult for me, but in the end, it became as I want, and everything made good. So yeah, I like it. Yeah.
One of those things when you're creating a body of work that there's always going to be one or here and there that's going to be more difficult. But that makes a lot of sense. I wanted to ask you just one last question. I know Miguel was going to ask the same thing to all of our guests. Is what's been your favorite thing about Joyn, about the showcase experience? We'd be really curious to know like what that was like for you and how it ties into what you really love about Joyn.
Yeah, I would start with showcase and after to come to the Joyn. So about the showcase, I liked, as I told you yesterday, I liked it because it's really nice when a person can come and to read the whole story about the collection, to see the process. And for me, it was interesting experience because it was like kind of writing an article, to compose everything, to design everything. And it was really a nice experience. Also, what I like is that we had a group, and when I sent you to see the images, Alex, I was expecting that everyone will say, "Oh, wow, this is amazing." But Alex was pushing me to change this, change this. And in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, no, I don't want to change." But in the end, I make changes and I looked at the image and I really understood that she was right. And I appreciate it very much. Thank you for great creating, and thank you for all your help with the showcase. I'm really very, very happy with it. And what about Joyn team? It's also I love you because of people. Yeah, this is, I think it's very short answer, but it's very valuable for me because I really value people in Joyn. So you're super great guys. I'm super happy that I know you already for a long time. And I can say that I'm a lucky person to know such great people. You're really fantastic. You do a fantastic job. And one of my highlights of this year is that part of the Joyn team I met at NFC Lisbon in real life. And I'm super happy and excited and grateful for that, and can't wait to meet every one of you one day. Thank you.
It's going to happen, girl. I'm telling you, we're all going to meet one day. But I recall seeing your meeting with Alex, and it was really heartwarming to see that. And on behalf of myself and the Joyn team, it's been amazing to see your growth and how you've evolved. When we first started as a Joyn team to where we are now, it's been amazing to see your growth and just see how much success you've been a winner for many of our open calls. And every time I see that name, I'm just so proud of you, girl. So big props to you for you never giving up. You don't give up, girl. You're perseverant. You're very determined. And overall, so proud of you. Happy to have you on today.
Thank you so much. So love you, and thank you for the amazing words, and always for the warm, everything warm. Love you and hugs.
Hugs, girl.
Rhythms of Empathy, Abstract Reflections on Human Values. It's live. The showcase is live on Joyn. Make sure you pick up a piece. Zhannet, again, absolute pleasure to have you on and talk about your showcase in general. And again, we appreciate it. Where can the people find you?
In real life?
I'll put on a plane to you, girl.
That's a good answer. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I will plug in. It's Zhannet Photobad on X. So make sure you follow, check out the showcase. It's live, Rhythms of Empathy, and appreciate you, Zhannet, for coming on.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Andrea. You're the best.
Meet me in real life.
Anytime, girl. One day. Isn't that's one of the bigger things?
Fair answer. A very fair answer for that question. Speaking of real life, thank you for those of you who are still hanging out in the Metaverse Gallery with Joe Marco. I'm sure you guys are having a blast. You guys are still dancing in the Metaverse, watching us live. Zhannet, Rhythms of Empathy. Again, a fantastic showcase. Again, she said it herself, being able to just add more context, add more depth into the pieces and really show your process resonates with collectors, and being able to just connect on that level with people in general, super super important. It just gives them a better understanding of your perspective on the pieces that you create, because again, art generates lots of perspectives. People connect with pieces of art, pieces of work in general, many different ways. So when the artist comes in and shares the actual perspective of what they were thinking when they were creating it, also some fantastic stuff. um if you're watching us live right now on X and YouTube, keep leaving those comments. I see you. I see some love here for Yannette, Joshua Altman. Very nice work, of course. And as well, still here hanging out with us, streaming for Yannette. Uh, so many comments. I'm just scrolling back up. Uh, Hugo
Yeah.
Bassett says, hands up after saying all the love that was thrown around when we're talking to Yannette. But okay, so we're not done reflecting. We have one more reflection to make. Windows Reflection by Maheen Blues. We're gonna chat with her in 1 second, and we're gonna bring her up. So when next time you see her, she'll be with us. So 1 second. Maheen, hello. Say hello to the people.
Hello, sorry, I was muted. Hi,
That's it.
everyone.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Yeah, thank you, Miguel and Andrea, for inviting me. It's such a pleasure.
We're happy to have you here, girl.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of my friends here in the comment section, and yeah, thank you for coming. And it just makes me really happy.
Well, you're certainly one of the best community builders I know here in the space. So it's no surprise to me to see all your friends coming here to showing you the love. And of course, myself as well, as a friend of yours as well. It's really awesome that we got to work with you personally one-on-one on your own showcase. I know we talked about it for quite some time now. And I remember you telling me as well that you feel that this is some of your best work you've ever created. So with that alone, I mean, we're from the Joyn team, we're super excited and grateful that you put trust in us and that you wanted to do it on Joyn. So I can't wait to dive deep into this, because I know we talked a little bit about, self-reflection, the Windows Reflection Showcase yesterday in your space. So I know for folks who are in that space, they're probably going to hear, similar things we talked about yesterday, but for those who haven't, right, let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty of this. So tell us, first of all, for those who may not know you, give a little introduction of yourself. And then kind of give us a windows through the window of where this idea kind of came into fruition.
Okay, thank you so much for all the good things you said. You're also one of the best community builders I know in the space. So for those who don't know me, hi everyone. My name is Maheen. I'm a 3D artist and cinematic photographer based in Toronto. And additionally, I play a pivotal role as a visionary founder of Journey Studios, curating and hosting exhibitions for artists with a special emphasis on embracing diversity. And, my NFT journey focuses on addressing mental health issues and shedding light on personal growth and healing through art. So my latest collection, my first showcase on Joyn, Windows Reflections. It's all about that, and I usually don't I don't think I post a lot of collections. So this was like after a very long time that I had 6 pieces ready and just be ready and just be out there. But like I think it all made sense and it all came together. And it's just like Windows Reflection is sharing my thoughts, values, and lessons I learned throughout the year of 2023. And just like, I think it felt like the right time to put it all together. And this collection is really meaningful to me. And it's just serving as both as a heartfelt farewell to bittersweet memories of 2023 and just like establishing my goals for 2024, because it's all about my experiences, what I've learned, what I went through, and everything. If you look at the showcase, you'll read that every piece is very meaningful. It's not like it took me a long time to put it all together and just like edit. So yeah, that's been my journey so far.
And that's one of your bigger quotes, right? You iterate to your audience, your communities, that the journey is more important than the destination, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's very much embedded into this showcase and your other works. As people are going through the showcase, they can see, some of the work in progress as well. So as you can see here, right? Maybe share a little bit more about, what that kind of looked like. Because I think, for those who have seen your work, they see, through buildings, through windows. I think we were making a joke yesterday. Some folks were asking, are these real people? And so maybe you can give some clarity to everybody here, what that process actually is behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was actually speaking about this in a space earlier yesterday. And I know that recently there's a controversy going about transparency and like, being authentic about work. And I actually studied in an art school. So I've studied art for 4 years and completed my bachelor's. And over there was always a question about, just like copying work and like all of that, and the work not being authentic. So we were just like put on pedestal from the very beginning that your work should be very authentic as an artist. And I think I was really scared even when I was like completing my bachelor's that, anything that comes out of it for my thesis or anything should be authentic. So we were taught that from a very early age before even coming to NFTs and starting this, right? So even when I take my pictures, I make sure that I'm respecting people's privacy. So all the people you see in the windows are not real people. I mean, they're real people, but they're shot separately. I actually had a photo shoot done in my washroom because I needed the light in that setting. But that was because like I didn't want to use people who were actually there in the window, right? And that would just mean that maybe they didn't want to be there. They want to be on the blockchain, or I actually also respect people's privacy. Um, so yeah, I know that the kind of work that I'm doing right now, nobody that I know of is doing in the space. So I take a like pride in that. I just want to do something different, something that becomes a signature style for me. Like, Maheen Blues is my brand. And I talk about the blues, like different experiences I go through. And by blues, I don't only mean like sadness and gloomy and all of that. If you look closer and deeply into my collection and the work that I do, you'll see that I'm trying to find the light within. So I talk a lot about just, the journey within, right? Like mental health and like, pain is inevitable and you go through all of those phases and all those things. But if you kind of follow the light within, you'll have a way out of it. So yeah, this collection is like, I think I'm really proud of it that, I kind of like have it all together by the end of the year. And this will serve as like a message to me as well, that it's on the blockchain, it's out there. And like, I was brave enough to talk about these things that I don't think I would have done it earlier, like two years back or 3 years back. So yeah, I'm really happy with this, and thank you. And thanks to the team of Joyn, because I really, really love the showcase and how the format is. Like, I can share my process, I can share my story, and like how it looks like. It looks like I have a website of my own, which is something that I actually encourage artists to have. So it's something, yeah, I'm really, really happy with.
It's music to our ears when we hear that. Thank you, for sharing. The different parts of the showcase feature that allows you to extend that narrative, as you are a natural storyteller, and I know how important it is for you to share your story and your narrative. So we all knew from the team that you'd be a great artist to work with one-on-one, and this is the result of that. And yeah, so I mean, it's been awesome having you here. I'm very, very loving this showcase. My favorite one is Reach Out. I don't know about you, Miguel, which one your favorite is, but that one's my favorite. There's something really powerful about it. But besides, about the showcase, besides your showcase experience, maybe share with us, what's been your favorite part or favorite thing about Joyn and your experience. We'd be curious to know what that is for you.
You mean the Joyn showcase or Joyn in general, like the experience?
In general, right? It could be the showcase. It could be, because I know you applied to open calls in the past. I know you're also one of our curators with Sloika, and also having your own space on Joyn as well, since you've run your own exhibition in Toronto for the Cinematic Cyberverse. So as overall, as an artist, as a curator, using all the tools and features that we have on Joyn, what's been your favorite part about that experience for you?
Yeah, first of all, like I would say that as a curator, it makes my work 10 times easier. Like I had my first exhibition in October, and I actually had curated curators for that, and that became so easy because it gives you an option to add curators, because I was being very, very transparent about not having my favorites and all of that in the community. So I had collectors do that job, and I know sometimes it brings out different flavors or different kind of works when we do that, right? So it makes it so much easier. It's collaborative. I think it's like I discover so many artists just by looking at the thread that I won't be able to do it just by looking at Twitter comments, right? Sorry, X comments, right? So it's just like a very, I think, a smart platform to kind of use for curation. And then also have it as a record, right? Like the winners get badges, the winners get like acknowledged for just being selected, right? I love that feature as well, like that just acknowledgement, because a lot of times artists are finding it hard to sell their work, but just to see their progress, that their work is being selected for exhibitions or for other galleries, right? It just gives a sense of acknowledgement for artists like us. So as an artist, as a curator, as a space host, as a community builder, I feel like these things are really, really important. These small things actually makes a lot of difference. So yeah, my experience has been have been great, and then with the showcase as well, I feel like I'm the kind of person, like the lazy winter. Like I like to go back and edit, and then I see it after a few hours, and I improvise. Like I improvise a lot, so I could do it very easily, save it as a draft, and I could see like how others would see it, like with the preview mode, and like there was an option with dark mode, which was amazing because that really helped my work pop out. I don't know whoever came up with this option, that was amazing. So it was like we had that option. Plus, we could just see work, like I could just see it as a timeline of how I want to showcase my art, and it makes sense to me, and I hope it connects with others as well when they read when they see my work and all of that. But it's not just me. I've seen artists like Zhannet was here. Her work is amazing, and she was here, and like I love her showcase. I love your collab with Barbs. And I could just see like in the future, it's an opportunity to talk about your collabs, like how much you've input and like how much the other person have done it, like, and put it all together. It looks amazing. So we're seeing like an improvement, and we're seeing like what the future is looking like for NFT artists. And yeah, that's it. But I also want to say thanks to everyone who tuned in. I can see my friends, Javeria, Joshua, Ricky, Anna. Thank you. Thank you for all the comments. I really appreciate it.
So much love. I love this. It's a testament to just how much love that you pour into the space as well, and to how much you put into your craft. And that's very much seen here in your showcase as well, from all the work you've done from a curation side of things. Thank you for always supporting us, being a huge advocate with Joyn from the very beginning. And that's been awesome, and such a pleasure to have you up with us today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you, Miguel, once again, and Andrea. Like, I've always heard good things about the Joyn team, and I know you all are from Toronto, so we'll meet someday, I guess. But yeah, all the best for everything that you're doing, and I'm excited for what's coming in 2024, because I know you guys are working on a couple of things. So yeah, all the best.
All right, Maheen, appreciate it so much. That was Windows Reflection, Maheen Blues. Where can the people find you?
Where do people find me? Where? Sorry.
Where can people find you online?
Online? Oh yeah, I have Instagram and X. I'm on X. I'm the same. I have the same name, Maheen Blues. That's it. I think I'm only on two platforms. I am on Hugs too, and then Joyn, I guess. So yeah, you can read about me there as well. And then yeah, you'll see me. Like if you are in Toronto and you want to come, like you want to see the exhibitions and all of that, I'm pretty much involved in that as well. So let's have a chat if you're interested in that.
And I'll be there.
100%. Winter's Reflection, Maheen Blues, appreciate it. Thank you once again for coming on, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
See you. Thank you, guys. Take care.
I need to work on that question. I need to work on that question. Where can the people find you? It's funny because last time I asked, um, straight to the point, find me here on the website. But this week it's like, find me online. You can find me in
Real
here.
life.
You can find me in real life. Like 100%. Yeah, 100%. Find the people in real life. Um, Again, thank you to everybody who is watching us live right now. X, YouTube, the Metaverse, some fantastic stuff. Watching everybody just leaving comments to your favorite artists, to Maheen, Zhannet, and just in general to us, to the Joyn team. So it's fantastic to see the turnout today on this what seems like a beautiful Friday. Blue skies here in New York City. It's cold. I got the puffer on, but yeah, we're here. We're trying to, enjoy our time while we're here.
Well, black is away.
Well, yeah, when black unfortunately is away, and I he should be probably watching us right now. So show him some love, send him some love in his way. Hopefully, he gets better soon, so he could join us. So we're gonna make our way to Michoacan, Mexico. We're gonna talk to our good friend Pixelosopher in a second about his used Art Plus, which we haven't really gotten a chance to speak on Art Plus in a bit, but some fantastic work here that we're gonna feature from Pixelosopher, the Geomancia edition. And I will let him explain the formula that follows what I just said. So we're gonna have Pixelon in a bit. So we'll see you in a bit.
Hey guys, how's it
Pixel,
going?
how's it going?
All good, all good. Thank you for having me. And yes, I am.
Uh,
You can find me right now in Michoacan, Mexico.
Looks
yes.
funny.
It is quite nice here. It's actually my hometown, so I'm glad that I have the opportunity to come back uh, every chance I have. So yeah, it's cool to be here. It's actually my well, my grandfathers used to live in this house, so it's particularly nostalgic, and it's I like that kind of feeling. But let's talk about Joyn.
I Before we even get started, I have to ask you, what is the fruit or vegetable that's growing behind you?
Yeah, I need to know.
That's actually not a fruit. It's like Christmas lights in the
Oh,
shape of something.
I
Yeah,
thought the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
uh,
like Chili Christmas lights or something that
Love
my
it.
put there. Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. Like the whole decoration right now is so Christmassy, and I love the vibes around here. Yeah,
the only reason I ask because I know Mexico and the trees. I'm like, oh, maybe it's
yeah.
some chiles growing on the vine, or it's pomegranates or something. But okay, if they're tree, they're
Wouldn't be
lights.
strange. Yeah,
Okay, fantastic. So I'm gonna bring up the Geomancy edition. Let's talk a little bit about this piece and the fantastic work you put into it. 100%
surely.
using Art Plus on Join.
Surely, yeah. I wasn't familiar with Art Plus until like 3 or 4 days ago, and I found it to be like a spectacular tool for artists wanting to explain more around a particular piece. Because most of the times, and that's what I admire the most about Joyn, most of the times I find myself in this particular situation that I can't explain all that's behind the work. So this time I had the opportunity to go through the visual work and also around the concept. Because coming from my profession, I studied philosophy. I come from that sort of academic realm. I studied that. I dedicated my life a while to teaching and researching and all of that stuff. But in 2020, during the pandemic, I started experimenting not only with pixel art, because I already did some works in pixel art, but music and AI tools. And when I found AI tools, it was my medium, because I could just translate words into images and videos lately, etc. So yeah, geomancia, or geomancia in Spanish, talks about divination. Basically, it's like the old way of knowing about Earth, and how it related to fate, to personal experiences and stuff. I was talking with a friend, and he said like, "But what's geomancy? What's your experience about geomancy?" And I said, "Well, I remember my old folks talking about, for example, the shape of the clouds tells you something about the season, and the day, and how you relate to your environment and stuff like that." So this Geomancia edition is actually like a preview of a one-of-one collection that I'm developing and I'm publishing on the 21st of December. And it's kind of like the opposite of geometria, the geometry, because they are opposed concepts. One is divination, one is magic, the other is more related to science, to mathematics, and all of that. And I wanted to have that dichotomy show in a way through this particular Joyn minted piece. So I explained a little bit about the work there. I developed these formulas. You were talking about the formulas. They are more than mathematic or scientific formulas. They try to relate the viewer or the collector in a way in which they access this particular work, because I think sometimes we need these reminders, these formulas in our mind, like a kabbalistic, like a sort of mantra to remember, um or relate particularly to something specific, like my work, or at least I want to transmit that. So yeah, I chose the piece that is shown at the beginning, but I put there a lot of images, like just trying to also explain how I'm seeing glitching and dithering in particular, because I always like to preserve this kind of pixelated sort of texture, but I don't want to be constrained to that. I just want to make it my sort of signature. Like if you see something and it's dittered or bitmapped or pixelated, you would relate it to my name or to my style. Of course, these pieces are very conceptual and sort of abstract, but I just loved how this one talked to me in a way where this kind of little planet is flying around, through the sky, and I also think that's the essence of geomancia, of magic, of having other stuff telling you about fate, about what's impossible or possible. So yeah, there's a lot of information around that, but I coming back to the tool, or the platform itself, I think Joyn is doing a very wonderful work for artists. I think you are thinking about artists, and that's very important for our space. Uh, I love a big shout out to Zhannet and Maheen. I'm a huge fan, and they showcased their work spectacularly there. This maybe you can talk more about this one, but Art Plus is made for a particular piece, a particular edition. To talk about it a little bit more, even like it's like a zoom in, right? So you zoom in into the piece and you kind of explore it in a particular way. But I love showcases. I have a showcase for Strange History that shows my alternative story about the Aztecs, the Neo-Aztec Empire. And I was working with that tool since the beginning, and I fell in love with it because it's so easy to use. It's very friendly, very nice in general. So yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to experiment and use your newer tools, and love you guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
It really is.
Yeah, it really is. I really is. And I think no better to hear what Art Plus is from the artist that used it. So I think you describe it perfectly. being able to add more context. You pretty much just went through exactly what you had in the Art Plus, the Geomancy edition on Joyn. So you just walked us through pretty much what you had written in. And that would get lost if somebody hadn't spoken to you directly, and you walk them through the piece and you get a chance to kind of describe what you just described to us verbally. So all of that is into the Art Plus piece. It is that zoom in factor. It gives more depth. It gives you more context behind what the artist was thinking. And I think that's extremely powerful, being able to take each individual piece that the artist creates and being able to add more depth to it. I think, again, very important. And what we got to see was the breakdown of the different versions of the same piece, and you kind of bringing it together into the one final,
Yeah.
the grayscale version, the green scale version, and then you have the mixture of both. So I think, again, some really, really, really interesting stuff to kind of go back and read more about what you just pretty much said to us about the piece.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. Sorry. What?
I was going to say, of looking at all the layers, it actually allowed me to look at it in a different way, in a different perspective. And I wanted to see if maybe I'm right about this. I did see a bit of the golden ratio in there, like the actual composition of it. Am I wrong? Because I know that's related to fee, which you also mentioned as well. So is my assumption correct?
No. It's in the prompt actually. Like that's
Okay.
yeah. So that's keen eye. Yeah,
Cool,
you
cool.
detected
Hey.
because I put it. I try to use formulas or concepts from philosophy of science or mathematics and stuff, and sometimes they just appear there for a reason. So that's also a part of geomancy, like summoning or invoking some kind of spirit into the work and seeing what happens when you put it that way. And of course this little showcase, because it is kind of a little glimpse of a showcase for every and each piece, gives you this particular relationship to it as well, because you see the layering, you see the other alternative versions that I had, you see how I sometimes work with post processing. Sometimes I use like pixel art, like traditional pixel by pixel. Sometimes I use post processing. Sometimes I draw on top of it. It depends. For this ones, it was more than anything experimentation and coming to this concept. Yeah, but yeah, what you mentioned also is that sometimes these unseen features of a work are only explained through a platform such as Joyn, where you can, like Zhannet mentioned, like you can explain yourself, you can write an article, basically use photos, use probably video. I haven't used it, but I think you can add video. You can add more about you, your process, etc. And I won't stop using it now. I just want to keep using it. Yeah.
Music to our ears.
That's great. That's 100% great to hear from Pixel Pedro.
Yeah.
You also have an on cyber gallery. I'm reading here towards the bottom of it. If you want to touch a little bit on the on cyber gallery
Yeah.
or Geometria.
Yeah. Geometria Filosófica started as a concept when I had the opportunity to visit Paris early this year. I went to NFT Paris and I visited so many places that blew my mind, and I started saying like, if I can relate philosophy to an spatial experience, what would that be? So I said to myself like, I need a gallery. I need somewhere to put this work, and what's best than the metaverse? So I went and looked for some galleries. I was really in love with this particular one, but I couldn't afford it because it's designed especially for at least in my view, for this kind of neoclassic kind of abstract work. And a friend of mine who's a big supporter, his name is Hood Punk, said, okay, if you want to go for it, I'll buy it. And you put the work there. He's a big supporter of mine. We're friends since we were really, really young. We studied together philosophy, so we go a long way together, but he's a little bit into business right now and all of that, but he loves art. And he said, like, just use it put it there, make your own curation, and you can find the link on my X account. It's I think it's highlighted there. So basically, I want the viewer to experience what I experience, like having this sensation of space within the virtual world. And I just loved it how it became like that. You know, it's I found it really beautiful, and that particular gallery is really cool. And I think that's a good way for artists to present work as well, because some of our work would be definitely better seen in galleries such as this, you know.
100%. Geomancy edition available on Joyn. 10 editions.
10 editions.
Point 015 ETH. Very, very affordable in this market. 100%. Again, we appreciate Pixelosopher for joining us today, all the way from Michoacan, Mexico. Beautiful, beautiful place for sure.
Yeah.
Really quickly, highlight this comment from the comments. It has the best
Really?
office space so far. We agree. But yeah, where can the people find you?
Michoacan again. No, I'm not kidding. They can find me on X, of course. Joyn. They can find me on Instagram. It's the same thing, Pixelosopher. So yeah, it's the combination of pixel and philosopher. It's kind of like a mix of words that I really liked, and that's my brand, I guess, now. But yeah, they can find me there. They can reach out. I'm open for DMs, etc. They can chat about the work. If they want to visit the gallery, I have some friends that went through it with me, and I explained a little bit more about each piece, because I tend to be a little bit wordy, and so you know, like I need the time to explain sometimes, even though sometimes I confuse people, but I think that's all right.
I think
Part of
mentioned
it. It's part of who I am. Yeah.
that sounds like that what we provide in terms of Art Plus here was the perfect solution to be able to be your wordy self. And I don't think there's such thing here. I'm a wordy person as well, but I think there's room for everyone. We're all unique in our own way, so it's great. I was able to understand pretty clearly. You know, you executed it very well. Given my little, like, I love philosophy and I love mathematics as well, but the integration of that, I think you executed that perfectly using Art Plus.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, Pixelosopher. Pixel, Pedro, Geomancy edition live right now on Joyn. Pick up an edition if you love it, and then learn more about the piece using the Art Plus template on Joyn. All right, Pedro, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on.
See you guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Black would have had a field day with that conversation.
100%.
Right up the ratio. I knew that was going to take us even further into the piece of work that Pixelosopher created, Geomancy edition. Again, 10 editions available, 0.015 ETH, created using the Art Plus template on Joyn and Composer. Some fantastic stuff. I think, again, just one of the major benefits of using Composer to create something on Joyn is that you're just able to pull all of that into the pieces of work that you put on platform, and to give someone like Pixelosopher the opportunity to explain the process and the philosophy behind the piece that he created. Again, just creates further bonds with potential collectors, makes it for curators to understand like the thought process behind it and want to curate it into showcases and just highlight it in different places without having to middleman with the artist having to go back and forth, like, explain this to me more, or tell me more about the piece, so that when I'm out there talking about it, I have more to say. It's everything is in the Art Plus template for a curator or a collector to learn more about the piece. And kind words from all three of our guests, Zhannet, Maheen, and Pixelosopher, about Composer, the platform. Some really great stuff here to see all three of them just utilize Composer to the fullest potential. And again, Although all three use dark mode, all three of them felt completely different from each other in terms of the content, the way they presented their work, the way that they were able to kind of explain themselves. Again, it's a brand new and unique way to just showcase yourself using Composer and Join, some great stuff. And then again, I love and I see all the comments that all of you are leaving live right now on YouTube, X, the Metaverse. Hopefully, they're still dancing in the Metaverse with Gianmarco, and that they're having a blast watching the live stream here. I do want to say that things might open up a bit come January, and I think a couple of our guests also hinted at that. That some big changes coming in January for Join. It's going to be a really, really big splash that we're hoping to make, and I think this is just the beginning and a perfect ending, showcasing an Art Plus piece on Join, which will again allow us to open things up for people as we come and head into January. So gonna be some fantastic stuff. Again, and I want to mention if you're watching us after the fact, subscribe to the YouTube, leave a comment, leave a like, leave your comments on X, leave your comments on YouTube. Uh, Shoot us a little message in the chat history on Cyber and our Metaverse gallery, which is now available to them. And I also want to quickly mention again, any of the pieces that you see in our Metaverse gallery are showcased on Join and the showcase. So all of those pieces are available to collect. So shout out to those artists who we announced earlier today that they won the open call that we hosted 2 weeks ago. Some really, really cool stuff, some fantastic pieces of work. And then again, all the showcases and our plus piece that were showcased on stream today are also available to collect from the fantastic guests, our fantastic partners, our fantastic artists that we got to speak to today. And of course, I'll leave it. Andrea, anything for the people?
Always have something for the people. I mean, I think you kind of wrapped it up very, very well. This was such a beautiful live stream. I can feel the energy, and just I can tell that each of the artists that we talked with today are excited. They're really excited, and I'm sure that they have some more ideas brewing in their head. At least that's how what's been for myself with my own personal experience as an artist using Composer, like showcase the stories, etc. The thing that they had all in common was that they were able to extend and share more about themselves in that narrative. And I think that already can tell you that's just how important that is for creators in this space. I think this couldn't have been a perfect live stream to really wrap up the 2023 year. Keep that excitement moving forward into 2024, as you've mentioned, with some big things coming in January. And I know I've heard from many of the people in the community, like, when's it going to be available? And I said, it's coming. It's coming, right? So be sure to keep that excitement and be sure to always let us know if you have questions or feedback. We do, actively listen to all of you and how we can deliver value as best we can. And I think, having those one-on-one experiences behind the scenes was really, really awesome to see. And then also bringing them onto the live stream. There's something really special about that. And so, y'all, you got to let us know who you want on in the future live streams coming in 2024. But big love to all of our amazing artists and guests who joined us today. I really couldn't think of a better way to kind of end off the year.
And with that being said, we cannot wait to see you back in January. We'll be back early January, hopefully, with our next live stream. 2024 kickoff, the brand new year, and to be able to speak to all of our community members and all the people watching us on X, YouTube, maybe Instagram in the future, those watching us in the Metaverse, and all the people who watch us all together. Again, we really appreciate it. I see all the comments. Appreciate some of the DMs that I get asking us about how can I get featured. I recommend you guys talk to this person. Feedback. I love the music. I love the way you guys interact with the partners. Like I see all those DMs and I really do appreciate it. We try to respond to everybody, as many people as we can. But as you could imagine, a lot of people want to get on Join, they want to get on the platform, they want to use Composer, they want to do Art Plus, they want to do Showcase, they want to do stories, they want to do so much with the platform. It's going to be a fantastic new year. And we hope that you are going to be just as excited as we are for the new year. And again, I'd like to thank my co-hosts, Andrea Crown and Palette, Black AI. We wrap up the year in a beautiful kind of way, just with more guests, with all of you watching us, and for all the comments. And we appreciate all the love that you guys show us as we continue to do these throughout the months and moving on forward. So again, we appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next year.
Much love, y'all. See you in the new
Take care,
year.
y'all. Bye.